Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Lions League Series 3. Now, what's on my mind tonight? Well, when I was growing up, my mum would always tell me there's two types of people in the world. There are the type that like to eat all vegan tofu, right, and drive around in hybrid cars. And there are the other type that enjoy coal rolling their local GameStop, and they enjoy joining the army and shooting at people. Now, our warriors tonight are slightly different. They're a little bit in between. By all means, they will shoot you, but they probably can't look you in the eye while they do it. That's right, we're back. It's Lions League, and we're playing League of Legends. Tonight we have the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers versus the Royal Logistic Corps in the, I believe, the RLC's first match and the Remi's second match. Joining me on the caster's desk is the Commander-in-Chief himself, Eddie. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing well, Paul. Yourself?
Ah, goodness me. I'm doing very well, very well. It's an emotional match for me this evening.
Yeah, I can imagine. You've not been dropped. It's the term is you've been let off. Is that how it is, or something?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Sacked, I think is the correct term.
There we go. But no, this is it could be a good night. I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I know the RLC team quite well. Obviously, you do as well. But the Remis is their second game, so they'll want to be, making a stake to claim to win this tonight, and try and hold that first position. Well, try and hold it away from me, but yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely everything to play for, and this should be a very, very good match because, as you said, this is the RLC's first match, and so this is their time to put their stamp on this competition, and the potential first place for the Remi is a really attractive prospect if they can knock through this, admittedly, what looks like a very strong lineup from the RLC from what I've seen of them so far.
Yeah, it could be stronger though. I mean, you're not there. It definitely would be an absolute turbo smurfing if you were there. But hey, it is what it is, and I'm pretty sure we're good to go into Champ Select. Yeah, and here we are.
Absolutely, we are straight in. We have the Remi on the blue side and the RLC on the red side. Remi with the first bans coming here, and I think either of these teams, if they let the Seraphine through, then they're kind of trolling a little bit, in my opinion, because both Touch Me Gently and Zombie Pie are big on it. I suppose Zombie Pie is actually in the jungle, so ignore what I just said.
Yeah, Seraphine right now with Moonstone is just an absolute abuse scandal in the making. It's just absolutely horrendous. I've been abusing it myself, and I'm not even going to deny it. It's been brilliant in Silver Elo, but if it doesn't get banned, it has to be picked first. I mean, you can't let it through.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's such a versatile pick as well, is that you can't predict where it's going to be going for the draft. Is it going to be in the mid lane? Is it going to be in the support role, or even in the in bottom as an AP carry? It's been being played with Fasting Senna quite a bit recently, which is an incredibly strong lane. We are seeing a lot of these bans head towards the support role, trying to target away some of the stronger champions in the pools of account number 19 and Mr. Feed.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised as well. I mean, we've got Leavin Limbo on the side of the RLC, who's currently a D4 jungler, and he's absolutely been. I mean, in the scrims at least I've played with him and seen him quite about. He's dangerous. So having only seen obviously the Graves taken away from him, I know he's got a lot more under his belt. But anyway, we got a Kai'Sa Nami ban. Yeah, Kai'Sa right now is pickle ban in my opinion. At least she is absolutely horrendous. One of the best ADCs without a doubt. But yeah, we see an Alistar band. Yeah, again, as you mentioned, those supports take them away from those very, very dangerous bot lanes. But Skarner as well. I know that Leavin Limbo's been practicing that a little bit. Very, very dangerous as well. Echo.
Yep. I think the Echo is important because Zombie Pie here is not someone that often jungles. He is a support main. So what has he got in his match history? It's Echo and it's Graves. Since they banned away the Graves, I think Zombie Pie is going to be put in a very difficult position here. On the other side, you've got to ban this guy away from Limbo because he's so proficient on it. But as well, the way the team's built and the fact that he is obviously one of the stronger players on the roster, exactly as you mentioned, you look towards him to have a bit more of a damage-oriented team. So what I think we're going to see here is a lot of CC picked to the lanes and then maybe a Talia picked up for Limbo. I don't think you want to pick it up too early, just in case he gets hard countered. But there we go. We mentioned it. They've not banned either the Senna or the Seraphine, and this is a terrifying prospect.
Yeah, this is it's given me a lot of joy in the fact that I've played this and I know how it's going to go, but it's terrifying to see when it comes to a 5-man game. we're going to have a very, very entertaining bot lane. You've got two basically roaming supports. You have that Seraphine, more than likely in the APC position, fasting Senna, who should be going the Kraken Slayer RFC and Rageblade build. And yeah, you let it go to 25 minutes. You let Senna get those 3 items, and she can just completely tear down the back line just by autoing you from her own Nexus. So this will be quite a bit of fun. But we've got a Rakan Xayah bot lane to try and match that. That's a very, very good, strong combination there. I believe, account number 19, I think in his first game, was absolutely smurfing on that Rakan, pulling out a lot of good tech. So good to see that it turned back to him. And the Talia picked up for Leaving Limbo, who I know has made me cry in the past.
100%. So I think Love Azure as Xayah Khan here is a pretty typical pickup, and I think the side of the RSU should definitely know this. Big Mitch is someone who's just played a ton of the Xayah, and once again, account number 19, very proficient on the Rakan. So it's a safe enough lane. You've got good engage there. You've got good team fighting ability as well. Xayah's also very, very safe if she is going to be going with the Gale Force build. It is so difficult to lock her down. However, that is not a lane that Xayah Khan should win in any way. They're going to be looking to be farming up and trying not to throw too much out. I don't know why they're still banning away supports when it's quite obvious this should be a Senna Seraphine bot lane.
I mean, you can still make the mistake that Seraphine might go mid. That's always still a possibility, but it's more than likely going to be a guarantee Seraphine bot. But maybe the Remy aren't too aware of this combination, so that's why they're like, oh, Seraphine, or we don't really want to have the opportunity of them taking that mid, so we'll take out the possibility of a Leo in the bot lane going as a Senna. So I can see where they're coming from, but we know what's going to happen. And the Lucian ban as well.
So I mean, yeah, that's interesting. It's definitely apparent that they don't think that this is a Senna Seraphine combo, because Shelby is not someone who's he's not played a ton of Seraphine. Mr. Feet does play the Senna, but also Touch Me Gently is his most played champion so far this season is the Seraphine. So I think the Remy are banking on the fact that this is going to be a mid lane Seraphine and are banging accordingly to start pinning bans at the bot lane to try and unseat them. And we looks like we have a Nautilus pick here, which is very interesting. If it is going to be Seraphine mid and then Nautilus center in the bot lane. And I mentioned this before, is that Limbo on this Talia wants CC in every single lane.
Yeah. Yeah, surprised. I mean, fair play. Seraphine mid. That's completely fair, but with the Ahri to match it, should be an interesting lane. That Seraphine's pretty much going to have to surrender quite a bit. Don't know how aggressive she's going to want to play into that, but the Lilia picked up for Zombie Pie. Lilia in 5s currently is absolutely ridiculous, especially when you got champions like the Jax. Rakana completely, exploit on it, and anyone who goes Sleepy Bye Bye is just going to get completely ran down. So, and Volibear picked up for Prey in the top lane. Oh, this is, if I know Prey's top lane, this is going to be some cheeky AP Volibear where he's just going to completely one-shot you at level 3, and you're not even going to expect it, because you know what? Champion's balanced, League of Legends is balanced, and ADC doesn't need a buff at all.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on the AP Volibear. I think Prey's going to play this as a tank volley. Maybe if he gets ahead in the lane, he might go for a Triforce. But if you look at the rest of the team, then Nautilus Volibear frontline, you don't need any extra damage coming out of like Senna, Talia, and Seraphine from such a huge range. If you have a strong frontline there, then if you look at the front line from the side of the Remy, then they're not going to be able to stand up into that unless Jax has the counter-strike ready. Still, there's a ton of damage, a ton of pick potential on the side of the Remy, so it will be interesting to see where they go with this. I've hinting heavily in the magic damage for both sides in the mid-jungle combo, but I personally I much prefer having. I mean, obviously myself being biased, but I've played with this squad before, and knowing what Limbo can do on this Talia, as long as they pick the CC in the lanes, and I know for a fact that they've got a strong hand at the helm with Prey, and they will have been through their draft strategies beforehand. They know exactly what they want, and they know exactly how this team works. And the idea will be for Limbo to simply get ahead by ganking lanes being set up by his team, which is why we see so much CC in here. So I would imagine that Limbo is going to want to camp the hell out of bot and make Big Mitch in account number 19's life miserable.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to be expecting a lot of TPs down from Prey in the bot lane, especially when Dragon comes up, because that is all their team comp is. Dominate on objectives, work as a 5-man team, you actually go about roaming as 4 or 5. And yeah, Remy won't be able to contest a single thing, I believe. I mean, picking up a single player, that's definitely what their comp is, it's going to be an exciting game when it comes to these Drakes and team fights. It'll be nice to see what the Remy decide to, try and prioritize here. Maybe surrender those early Drakes, realizing the fact that, we might have to put, the back burners on them a little bit and just chill out, let them take this little early lead, but try and dominate later on in the game, get this Xayah, get this Ahri, and get this Jax ahead as much as they can. Yeah. Oh no, yes, because say let those really really good champions just take control of the map.
Yeah, I think that what the Remy is going to struggle with here is the fact they don't necessarily outscale. Certainly in the mid game, they can hit big spike and they need to take big advantage of that. But I don't know how I feel about sort of a bit of pick here, a bit of team fight there, and then the Jax in the top lane, which probably wants to be split pushing most of the game. Nobloke, a little bit of an unknown in Army Esports. I certainly have not seen him play before, and currently his account's only level 25, so hopefully he can pull out something special. But obviously, Prey very experienced laner. I just don't see a lot of these lanes going in favour of the Remy, because I think that Limbo's attention is going to be firmly on the spot lane.
Yeah, he's going to use that as much as he can. He knows where his priorities lie, and be excited to see these. Even if he wants to go dive, even Prey comes down with level 6, ults the tower down bot. Got a 4-man dive going on there. Oh, spicy.
Exactly. We are going to be going away to do a little bit of behind the scenes caster magic. Don't go anywhere, as we'll be back for you with game number 1 in the RLC versus the Remy.
Ladies and gents, we are now into the first game. Could be a 5-point cover from pretty much everywhere. You know, pretty standard, pretty safe. It's the first game. Everyone wants to chill out, but we got the RLC on the red side and we got the Remy on blue. I'm looking forward to this.
100%. We put a very, very standard start. I think quite a conservative start from the Remy. There's, perfectly understandable. That's a scary team to go up against, and already you can see the damage going down. Not like this.
Ooh, didn't want to burn Flash there. Yeah, just caught out. Oh, Mr. Feed does not care. He just flashes in, puts down the dredge line, puts down the ignite. First blood to the RLC. Okay.
Mr. Feed has zero chill. A little bit of disrespect there, maybe from 9 inches. Not backing fully under his tower. You know the Nautilus is there, and he also popped into Visions. Highly aggressive, but this will definitely have an effect on the bot lane. The bot lane now has a significantly lower kill pressure, so this will allow Big Mitch and account number 19 to play up in the early game. They no longer have to fear a Nautilus flash, and also that ignite is still on cooldown as well. So first blood for Mr. Feed, but we see how he's able to lever that advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just still a bit like, oh, fair enough.
I didn't see that coming. Oh, is this there? Like, please, no, not like this.
Yeah, I literally forgot to do play-by-play. I was just like, I'm just watching this because this is just actually what the hell's going on. But anyway, we got junglers, we got Leave and Limbo starting off in, top side. He's probably starting to do a full clear. I'm not really sure about Talia pathing, but yeah.
I think you're basically on both these champions. You're pretty much trolling if you don't do a full clear. So yeah. I imagine both would be looking to do a full clear in the first back, in time, for a Scuttle Crab, and then for a first back. So just mirrored on either side of the map, and I doubt we'll see any high aggression before Flash out Shelby.
And the count number 19 decides to go in, put down his W to knock up Nautilus, but not what's going to happen is Shelby's just going to kite back, but Mr. Feed goes in with a dredge line. Exhaust onto Senna, but that's all that happens. Yeah, both Big Mitch and count number 19, they're getting level 2 and just taking as much priority as they could. Mr. Feed was still level 1 at the time, so yeah, get yourself that early lead.
Absolutely, so it's a really, really interesting dynamic because Mr. Feed flashed in and then hit a base because he took so much damage from the tower in that level 1 first blood. The level 2 is given over because is given over to Big Mitch and account number 19 because they were both taking the XP rather than just Shelby because Mr. Feed was late to lane. And this means you simply just have to give the lane at level 2. As we come in for more action here comes Spray.
Spray flashing forward, putting down the stun, goodbye, good night, 300 gold to the big bear. Yeah, I imagine it was really, really good comms from Leave and Limbo right there just to get, good bit of jungle puck tracking, and he'll start ready, move over to his blue, be there now, go, go, go. Prey was like, Roger, I'm on my way. Took him out. Yeah, very, very good there. I'm not too sure if he had a ward there. I didn't really see one, but still, very, very good pickup from Prey. That'll definitely give him the early lead that he requires.
Absolutely. You can just see the slightly, the smart play coming out. You know for a fact that these guys have been well practiced together and they know the timers. And Prey, once again, because they knew the timers, Prey's building prior in the top lane.
And he's got double buffs. Oh, that's a chunky bear. But anyway, count number 19 decides to try and go in, leaving Limbo, putting down a really, really good gank, but Big Mitch getting caught out here. Stun goes onto him, Mr. Feed trying to go as much as he can, Ignite goes on. Will he tick down? I think Big Mitch just survived there, but Zombie Pie trying to come in to try and get something out of this. Dark Harvest stacks, not going to pick up any, and I think... Oh, never mind, Shelby decides going more, put some stun down. Mr. Feed cues a minion, how very unfortunate there. Definitely would have a kill over to Zombie Bye potentially, but yeah, very, very good gank from Leave and Limbo. Leaving Big Mitch on a sliver of health, but given enough priority to get some plates here.
Absolutely. There's not quite the execution there for the side of the RLC. They don't manage to capitalise on any of the setup. They weren't able to layer their CC over. There's a large minion wave in front of them, which makes it a little bit difficult for Nautilus and setup. But look at this huge wave of minions now that's looking to get denied. Although here comes Big Mitch, because account number 19, for any budding support players, he managed to drag the wave upwards, which meant that it stopped just under the tower, which means that Big Mitch is going to be able to get all these minions as long as he CS's them properly.
Oh, I love it when you get the full 2 waves on the tower and you just go it's just pick them all up perfectly. It's just mwah, spicy meatball out. But we've got Drake up now. Dray's still got TP. He's ready to make that play. No, he's going to be itching. He's going to be calling it. As Leave and Limbo's going to go to his Raptors and start clearing his bot side. They're going to want as much priority as they can. get this early Drake and take this early lead.
Absolutely, they need to take this Drake in the next few minutes, otherwise it's not really going to be worth it. Other than that, I mean, I think you see Prey in the top lane. He's got nearly a 20 CS lead at the moment. It's quite obvious that he is overmatching his lane opponent here, the Volibear with the early prio. I'd quite like to see Prey just sit in his lane and crush this. You can predict that the Lily is not going to be around too much because her top side will have been cleared. So, more action in the bot lane almost certainly.
Oh, Charm lands from the Seraphine, very, very good ult there, picking up Big Mitch. All the CC lands onto him, and there's nothing he can do to get away there. Yeah, Rakan, wasn't able to get anything out of that. Ahri has come down, but a little bit too late. As this would be a very, very good opportunity for them to go pick up this Drake. As we were mentioning, they've got all the priority now. All Shelby needs to do is just push in this lane. That was very, very good roam there from Seraphine. But as I speak of that, Ahri decides to go in. Cleanse used by Touch Me Gently there, as he just decides to pop his shields, get out of there, nice and safe. Not fussed.
A little bit of disrespect coming out there from Touch Me Gently, not realising it. Nine-Inch can definitely roll over there and make a quick play, and this will mean that Pryor on Dragon will be to go away. I was about to say after that, before that as well, that I feel as though Shelby and Mr. Feed should be much further ahead in this lane than they actually are, but there they go, managing to get down more kills for the RLC. A good ultimate there out of Touch Me Gently. One thing everyone's still sort of realising is that you must be wary of where the enemy all enemy champions are positioned, because the ultimate will fly straight through them.
Yeah, exactly. Seraphine's ult is very, very nasty. That's why I like if I see a Seraphine, typically I would like to pick a Samira. I've got that opportunity to completely deny her ultimate. That roaming wind wall is a very, very strong ability. But unfortunately, they didn't pick it up. I don't know if you've seen it as well, but Samira's about to get gutted. Her kit's going to get nerfed severely. So that's a champion I don't think we'll see a bit, quite a while in fives at least. But,
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, the champion that was carrying me. And making a lot of people angry. All this priority is now left for Drake. I mean, it's sort of, everyone's just, calmed down, tempo's been reset. Yes, the RLC are ahead by 3 kills. Rift Herald's just spawned now. I mean, looks like Limbo's trying to line up for that.
100%. I mean, I think Limbo's 100% correct here in kind of ignoring the Drake. I'm a big proponent of leaving this first Drake. It's really not going to be worth that much. Oh dear, more action in the bot lane.
Bit of a storm landed onto Shelby. Won't see what's happening now. As Noble Oak decides to go onto Prey, flashes away. Prey jumps onto him, completely turbo stomps the ground, and leaves that Jax in the dust. Yeah, there was another trade in bot lane, but yeah, Prey was trying to suss out this disrespect that Noble Oak was apparently trying to do onto him. He said, you know what, you want to go onto me? I've got flash and I've got disabling turret, ability. So let's see how well this goes.
100%. The Stormbringer, the level 6 for Volibear is so strong. And Prey's now got a level lead. He's got teleport advantage, and he's got nearly a 50 CS lead over Noble Oak. A bit unfortunate. I believe this. He's certainly a less experienced player than Prey. Prey's been doing this for a bit of time.
But here's the bear anyway. He's trying to get as much as he can out of this. He realises that Zombie Pie is level 6. Yes, he's got no ultimate, but I think he's trying to be a bit brave. But the quickening going down there from account number 19. Perfect Featherstorm from Big Mitch to get this kill onto Shelby. Nallench is trying to get a roam down, put the charm onto Nautilus, but nonetheless, it does not connect. Big Mitch will just pick up the wave here and maybe even look for Drake. But, I mean, Lily is caught out in mid now. Oh, they can't even do it. Hey, this Drake's been up for so long. I've been talking about it so many times. Like, let's just get this Drake. Or should we just get in the team comms and say, go!
So you notice in the bot lane, the very, very easy kill onto Shelby is a symptom of the fact that he simply is not respecting his regard. It is an engaged support.
Yes.
And earlier on, he stepped up way too far without having Mr. Feed there and lost his flash and his heal. And then there we see the quickness gets popped and the Rakan goes onto it. The Senna stands no chance. She is so unbelievably squishy, especially at this point of the game. It's quite interesting seeing the RLC with Pryo now and this Dragon. But finally, Limbo will take an objective off the map. I would prefer to see him take the Herald earlier, but at least we're getting something here.
Yeah, Limbo decided to listen to me, and he was like, yeah, maybe Eddie's right, let's go take this finally. Yeah, I can imagine he's got all in his mind now is, let's get this Rift Herald, let's get a lot of this gold onto Touch Me Gently. on the Seraphine. I'm surprised he's not going Moonstone. I believe he is going maybe Ludens or a Demonic Embrace, whichever one it is. But Bray deciding to put a little bit of damage down. Noble Oak stunning his way, but Zombie Pie's just there to... Oh, they've started the Rift. Oh.
See, this is what I'm saying. Imagine if Limbo, hadn't bothered with Dragon and instead had just gone on Rift. Then right now they could be battering down this turret here on Noble Oak.
Yeah, Prey's going to be getting caught out here as he does put down the ultimate, but he's going to be going sleepy bye-bye time as 9 inches of true damage comes in, lands a charm, puts all the damage down, Ignite going down, Prey deciding to... trying to get a kill there, but Seraphine picks up instead. And Zombie Pie gets away with just his life, and that's, yeah, it puts a stop to the Rift Herald that they're trying to call, but leaving Limbo's now here to try and pick up any kills. He knows that, Zombie Pie's very, very low, and, yeah, they're just going to go for it after clearing his pink. Or
It
should
should
at least.
definitely be an easy Rift Herald pick up the RLC.
Ah,
but they
no!
don't seem to be looking for it. They're moving away again. I mean, once again, this is a little bit of overconfidence from Prey. He gives away his 200 gold shutdown, and this is going to snowball the game a little bit. Well, it's going to give those little opportunities over to the side of the Remy to get back into this game right now, as we see 9 inches of face check onto Mr. Feed.
Yeah, Mr. Feed decides to go for a little bit of a walkabout in the woods and comes across a little fox, Yeah, just
Not
trying
much
to
more to
face
say,
check
just
it.
a little bit of a handshake, and off
Yeah,
we
he's
go.
like, hello, goodbye. Yeah, I'm not here for Rift, I promise. But yeah, I mean, you've got count number 19 now, and Big Mitch roaming into the mid lane. I mean, they were, but that might have been them trying to push over for a Rift Herald play, but I don't know what happened there. They're going to try to look to pick up Shelby now as count number 19 goes in with the quickening, misses his knockup, but still, doesn't even land at the charm, taunt, whatever the casting ability is. But yeah, that was their pick potential there of catching out those small people in very, very vulnerable position. Unfortunately doesn't land, but Mr. Feed putting down the ultimate onto Big Mitch. Dredgeline will go forward shortly as Shelby puts down a CC of his own. But the Featherstorm is too much as Shelby's going to go down here. Zai's just putting down this DPS way too much, but Rakan picks up the kill. Mr. Feed's going to try a bit of consolidation here. But Big Mitch, yeah, he finally takes him down and he says, you know what, I want this Rakan too. The count number 19 and Mr. Feed going to go at it. Zombie Pie tries to come down here, pick the Dark Harvest stack, puts the Q. Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I think Shelby and Mr. Feed need to realise that it's a center. You need to know a better feel.
I agree. That was possibly one of the most brain-dead engaged in playing I've seen in a while. Yeah, I get to play them because they're my own call.
That's true.
There's simply no way to win that. You know for a fact that Big Mitch has heal and flash up and the Featherstorm available. Not only that, you don't have a mini wave pushing. You don't have the prior that you need because otherwise all of Senna's abilities or her routes anyway are going to get blocked by the mini wave. You need to be in a better position for that. Finally, though, we see the Rift Herald go over to Limbo, and he seems dropping it in the mid lane there for the plates. Could be had, but we see Prey just battering down this top lane tower, and that is really where the strength of the RLC is going to come out. We see a lot of action in the bot lane, but it's mostly all smoke and mirrors and wind. A lot of things going on, but no advantages actually being gained by either side. The top lane is where this game is going to be won and lost. Yeah,
that Volibear looked like he was taking out a lot of anger in that top lane. He's like, just punching it square on. I like that. It's good animation. But we've got Drake coming up now in the next minute. And Mr. Feed getting caught out here by count number 19. Rakan is just going to put it down as much CC as he can, waiting for his team to get there. Zari and Zai decide to come in. Dredgeline does miss, but the charm does land. Touch Me Gently putting down all the damage. Center ult just picks up, but Mr. Feed gets the kill anyway. Dredgeline is not up for this pick onto Ahri. Very, very good pick up there, but it cost Big Mitch's life, and they didn't even get anything for it, even though they had the that advantage of seeing it first. It's very unfortunate.
So as you see here that at the start of that fight, Mr. Feed was actually at 2-level disadvantage over account number 19. I feel as though yes, he's been obviously been out of lane a little bit more, but he's not really gotten much for his trouble. Certainly maybe a bit of warding prior and such over the top side of the river in order to take control of this Rift Herald. But this bot lane certainly isn't gaining the advantage I thought they should have at this point. Big Mitch has a slight CS advantage, but there's just got a level advantage for Shelby now. But They're not as far ahead as I believe they should be. Oh my god, massive damage coming down from Limbo.
Yeah, the Talia rocks there are just gonna do chunks. I despise that champion because it's so surprising yet caught a little bit off guard. But yeah, they've got all the vision onto this Drake here. They control this currently, so they should be starting it very shortly. Prey still has TP, but he's be pushing in his top lane. He's bringing over Zombie Pie and he's bringing over Jax, and I'm pretty sure they know that this Drake's up as well. But looks like the Big Mitch and account number 19 just can try to take as much priority away as they can. Might even try and dive. I wouldn't be surprised. That combination of Zyra Khan is brilliant for diving as they do land. Oh, the Feather CC. Prey catches out a little lonely Jax. Jax flashes away, and yeah, gets away by the looks of it. Oh, and yeah, Limbo solos.
So Limbo and Touch Me Gently just taking away the Drake there. Really interesting. We see or as we have more action in the top lane, I'll let you take it away, Eddie.
Prey's against is in a 3v1 situation now, and he's not scared of anything. Sleepy Go bye-bye time does happen. That's not the name, but anyway, he gets caught out massively. He was flexing his big muscles onto the Jax there, and all Jax had to do was buy some time for this Ahri and Lilius come top, pick up this kill, and say to Jax, you know what? You're having a bit too much fun, mate. Let's shut this down.
Absolutely. So the bit of a Senna soul check at the moment. She's currently sat on 32 souls, so she's got the 24 extra attack damage and 25 extra range. As the game continues, very much in the RLC's favour here, but this is nowhere near as much of the advantage as I thought you'd have they'd have at this point.
Oh, one sec, getting a bit of.
What?
We're getting a little bit of interference in the team speak server. I believe there's someone who's joined that shouldn't have. So if you get them out as soon as possible. We're experiencing some entertaining action from some of our more interesting members of the internet community. As it happens sometimes, we're experiencing some lovely Western music. I'll just turn it down. Anyway, I believe we're back after a rather hilarious engagement.
Yeah, don't know what's going on there. Anyway. I mean, it's
very distracting, isn't it? It's almost impossible to cast. So, meanwhile, in the top lane, Noble goes down once again. Prey picking up level. There's a lot of fire in this lane from Reinicious. In the interim, whilst we're being entertained by this gen. Yeah, happy.
Hi everyone, sorry about that, a little bit of technical difficulties there, but anyway, I'm pretty sure you saw and we were watching that, very, very big team fight trying to get onto this Cloud Drake. Sleeps do go down, shutdowns do happen. Zai is picking up all the double kills there onto Leaving Limbo and Sarah and Touch Me Gently. Shelby's trying to get a little bit of consolidation there, putting down the ultimate, but unfortunately to no avails. Zombie Pie picking up the kill, and this will be the Ocean Drake going over to the Remy. They have, they've pulled it back.
So yeah, absolutely. The team fight for the side of the Remy here coming out big because their champions are simply better at it. You've got the big nap time from the Lilia. You've got an unbelievable lockdown of CC from the Rakan. Shelby simply cannot operate in an area where that Rakan is present. There's simply too much. And bearing in mind that the two big sources of damage to this team are Shelby and Limbo, and they need to fight front to back. If there's a messy engage like that, Shelby's caught out in the wrong place, doesn't use his ultimate effectively, then this is very quickly turns into a wash for the side of the Remy that just roll over the RLC very, very easily in that team fight, just from simply playing the front to back better and being the aggressors and being the ones to engage.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you look at the items now as well, I mean, if you look at the gold compared in the bot lane, I mean, currently Big Mitch is sat, 1.2k ahead, but he's 2-item lead compared to Shelby's item and a half, and I believe he's going down the collector route, which I don't believe currently is the better choice for Senna, but hey-oh, what do I know? But yeah, I mean, Big Mitch is, sat in this Essence Reaver. He's been trying to get as much damage as he can in these team fights, and with that mana restoration, he's going to be staying in them a lot longer. Probably moving on to a Infinity Edge or even the Vori Quick Blades. It's going to be an absolute pain for him. Pain for the enemy team, but is Senna needs to just sit in the side lane currently, chill out and not get caught. And as soon as I say that, 900 true damage says, you know what, Eddie, I say otherwise. I'm going to completely go down bot lane and catch out Shelby. Yeah, very unfortunate there. Ari just roaming about and yeah, just catch him.
100%. The disrespect there here from coming out Shelby is just simply costing the RLC side lane pressure, which they just simply don't get back. You need to have that Senna either having the support of her because she's so squishy and so immobile, especially against Rakan and Ari. She simply can't be there because she can't fight back effectively herself. Once again, we saw Prey go down quite a few times in the top lane simply from just pushing way too aggressively without enough pressure on the sides of the map where they needed them. I feel as though there's a lot of dysfunction in this RLC team at the moment. I think they were winning early game, they got a little bit complacent and have just presumed they were going to roll over these guys from Remy who are coming back in strong.
Yeah.
Very strong team fighting. As you mentioned, Zaya's got her items now and she's a real force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, you need to get this RF rapid fire cannon onto this Senna as soon as possible, because then you've got the perfect ability to just completely, attack them from the other side of the map. As I said earlier, it's just the ideal pick. And yeah, Shelby needs to focus out, stick with his support, go into the mid lane, just pick up this farm and stay safe. I mean, Mr. Feed really can't leave his side, but then again, they've got a Senna on their team, not Senna, a Seraphine. So as long as either of them stick together and stick close, it's fine. But Mr. Feed going in a dredge line, land onto Big Mitch. Charm goes down to account number 19. Shelby trying to put as much damage as he can. This Kraken Slayer going to work. Touch Me Gently, getting the kill. And account number 19 tried flashing out there. Slabby down later. Shelby is going to just put a little bit more damage on there. But yeah, that was the power of the Kraken Slayer onto Senna there. Just putting absolute damage in. But this fight's not over yet. As 9 inches of true damage lands a charm into Mr. Feed. Dredge line does go forward. Oh! Leaving Ari on a hair with the Senna ultimate. But yeah, picks after picks there. This Mr. Feed's just catching everyone out today.
100%. The Misfit was lucky not to go down there, but that was a bit of a clown fiesta. 4v4 to start with, and then with the Ari getting picked off, that just leaves Prey free to fly in the top lane to do what he likes.
Well, speaking of which, he's just gonna, Jack's just gonna come in there, say no, he's not. Try and protect this top tier 2 as best as he can. But mid tier 1's gonna go down here. Maybe even a rotation to Baron is gonna look for it. But you got Drake up in a minute. Baron is up, and everyone's currently mid to top side. So they need to have a look here. That Remy, by the looks of it, think that they're gonna go start Baron.
There's certainly a danger they need to be checking out, but now the RLC is kind of caught out of position. This could be a very, very quick rotation and turnaround onto the Baron here from the Remy. As I was going to say earlier, the RLC team just looks so much better when it's them doing the ones engaging, and when they have the agency and it's the Nautilus controlling the pace of these fights, then it goes a hell of a lot better for them. They've got a lot of cross map as well. Well, I say a lot. You've got a standard amount of cross map, but you have got the Weaver's Wall from Taliyah, which means you can join fights unbelievably quickly. So that's really what Limbo needs to be doing, and getting pressure, invading, getting the vision down as looks like we're getting another fight.
Yeah, Mr. Feeder there with a perfect dredge line, putting the ultimate down to Zombie Pie. Prey going forward with the stun, but Zombie Pie is not going to get away as Prey's just going to chase him down to the ends of the earth. And that's Jungler down. They're going to go start Drake and they're going to pick it up. They'll put them onto Soul Point here. And, you know, the Remy are going to have to get something out of this. Either try and steal it or get pressure in other lanes currently. Because, yeah, the RLC just, yeah, it's going back to the Remy. It's going back to the RLC. It's very back and forth now.
Yeah, I don't know what the Remy are doing here, just like sitting and watching the Drake. You know you can't contest, you don't have a jungler. So just exactly eventually what 9inch is doing now, run down, start clearing these waves, but here comes the rotation from the RLC. They need to pressure this dragon as they have the prio in the bot lane now, despite the fact they haven't taken that tower yet.
Yeah, faking out the Baron play, but I wouldn't even be surprised if they decided to go start it. Mr. Feed there, you know, a bit of a greedy back there as he's stuck between two people, but you know, he just walks out. He's flexing his big Nautilus muscles. Like, oh, look at me, I can tank some stuff. I mean, yeah, Barons to play for. This is what they should be looking at. You know, trying to get you got a team fight comp. Get a team fight in Baron. Look for those objectives, as we were saying in Champ Select. Use what your comp's built for. Play it perfectly. And as I was saying now, RFC has been picked up in the center, so we're looking to get Ginsu's Rageblade next, and yeah, this center's just going to completely wreck house.
I'm really not too sure why Shelby's waited this. Well, he's not even itemizing towards the Ginsu's Rageblade. For anyone that doesn't know, that's what's making Senna so broken at the moment. Is our interaction between Rageblade. Because Rageblade will give you extra on-hit damage based on how much critical chance you have. Now, for every 20 souls Senna gathers, it gives her 10% critical strike chance. She's just coming up on 60 souls, so that'll be a free 30% critical strike chance, which scales infinitely. As we have more action now.
Yeah, account number 19 quickening onto Limbo, catching him up there. Mr. Feet flashing away, 9-inch damage, popping the Zhonya's. Oh, that was a very, very, very good pick from the Rakan there. You know, that's Limbo out. This is the Baron call. This is them. The Remy have decided, you know what, we can see that you're not going to try and take anything out of it. We can catch out your players because we've got that ability to get these picks. Let's go in, let's take these key objectives and get the lead back over to us. But I don't think the RLC are going to take this lightly, as maybe even Senna or Seraphine are trying to steal it. Oh, I wanted to see it.
I think once again it's a little bit troll here even to be here. You need to be pushing out your sides.
Yeah.
Prey's got the right idea. He wants to get this turret in bot lane. Just give over the objective. You're not going to be able to contest it with your jungler down. So good stuff from Prey here. From realising the play was likely lost. When you're getting the lane assignments maybe slightly wrong, it's not as much of a drama for Senna as she just picks up those souls. But they have no one in top lane right now, and crowding around the mid. Meanwhile, Shelby's pathing bot for some reason to go and steal Limbo's farm.
Yeah, as every good ADC should do, steal as much as you can from the jungler. I couldn't agree more. But this is going to be good for him to pick up souls too, as well as just some free gold while the lanes are sort of pushed down. I mean, mid isn't really, but souls. If you're not playing fasting Senna, you put yourself at a disadvantage really. So I know typically at this time, if I was playing fasting Senna down in the bot lane, I would at least be on 100, maybe even 80 souls, whilst he's currently sat on 60, 62.
Yeah, it should be at least on 60. But even so, that's a huge burst of damage with the Rageblade, right? That's still a significant amount, and you want to be trying to collect souls wherever possible. A little bit of a poke and harass of where it is safe to do so. So definitely Shelby's trolled this build, in my opinion, just a little bit. And that's probably why he's so weak.
Yeah, it's the build exists for a reason, and if you can't go down that route or play it properly, then what's the point in trying? I mean, it's brilliant, and you're not using it to its full advantage. But never mind. The charm goes down from the Seraphine there, picking out Ari, and yeah, Senna picks up the kill, gets a nice little shutdown as well. Yeah, it's just going to give Senna that much more gold to go down the build as we have been talking about. But as we said, he isn't building towards it. He's currently sat on a pickaxe and a like of agility. So be interesting to see what he does go for the third item. If he doesn't go Rage Blade, I might I don't know. I might lose my temper.
Did he sell the serrated Dirk?
Yes, he did. I did notice that.
Is actually full on trolling.
There's the Ginsus. There it is. Finally. Yeah. So we're happy now. He's listened to us. We're in a good place.
I'm very happy. Very happy.
Yeah.
Now the RLC can win the game.
Yeah.
But I feel as though this game is just characterized by the Remy constantly not paying attention to the encore from the Seraphine, and Shelby slightly troll building, and the RLC throwing this lead just a little bit with a little bit of disrespect for their opponent's team's abilities and cooldowns. I think they just expect to roll the team and have it all easy. But the Remy have certainly shown them that that's not the case, and there's actually a kill lead for the Remy, albeit dragon deficit and a gold deficit.
Yeah, so it's this soul point. We're going to have a look at the fight here now as account number 19 goes in with the quickening. Encore goes down, putting as much charms as you can, but the Zombie Pie is going to pick up Leave in Limbo, taking Smite away from the RLC. Prey's going to try and do as much damage as he is, but Mr. Fee's going to go down as well to Big Mitch. And this is, now it's a 4v3. Shelby's going to try and get as much damage as he can. This RFC is going to try and do as much, long distance poke as it can, but Touch Me Gently is going to get... Oh, he's going to flash away there. Shelby picks up the kill onto Rakan, but now he'll just be able to kite out Zombie Pie. Look at that damage coming down, but the charm does land, and Big Mitch picks up the kill. And now, it's a 2v3, and the Remy have smite advantage. Prey's currently sat on a ward too. Very, very ambitious there.
Not like this, boys. Not like this.
And now the game's completely in the Remy swing. I mean, if they got Baron up in 2 minutes, they got a lot of gold on their AD carry. I mean, he's currently sat on Big Mitch walks out of that with 2,800 gold.
Good lord.
That's a full item.
Certainly a lot of gold there. And once again, the RLC troll a team fight. You have to fight front to back. You don't have the power to be able to dive these carries, but you do have the power to burn through the front line from the side of the Remy. Noble Oak is not that strong at all, but he's just been allowed to pick up these. He's been allowed to exist in these team fights in a situation where he should just be simply dead. It doesn't matter if the auto attacks don't go through, because his counter strike's not going to last forever. Who is going to last forever? Prey, because he's tanky as hell and he's very, very difficult to burn through. Even if he goes down, you have the better extended fight with the Senna anyway. So. Once again, another misplay, which is going to deny Soul from the RLC. I think Mr. Feed way too deep there in that team fight, doing nothing with his Nautilus auto attacks, and another thrown team fight is going to take this game even longer, and another chance for the Remy to even up, which quite frankly they almost have. They've got 2 dragons, they've got a Baron there, and they've evened up on gold now.
Yeah, the gold swing is no longer in the RLC's favour, and it's self-inflicted at this point with the RLC. They've dragged this out so long. The fact that Xayah's a complete scare. I'd be flashing away from her if I saw her, because she can just completely Q, 1 auto, and then EU, and you're off the map. But Touch Me Gently is going to be slightly face checking these bushes. Ooh, fortunately he does have a spell shield there to try and stop any potential of her going to bed. But Remy are just roaming around the jungle with this Rakan, who's going to be picking out anyone they can. But,
I feel as though the RLC just firmly do not understand their team comp. They don't really get how it gets put together. So, and conversely, the Remy team have drafted something just infinitely more simple. Maybe except the Jax pick, which I don't fully understand. But their ability to execute is simply much better because it's just easier, right? And now they've got Pro on this Baron. And now they're going to have to, they're going to want to force the RLC into another choke point, so they can cause some real damage.
Yeah, the RLC need to fight this, need to fight correct, but both teams posturing here now. Oh, look at that bowling ball damage! Just chunk away at Mr. Feed. He's only got a Dead Man's Plate and a Lockett the Iron Solari there. He needs to pick up some, AP. I mean, you've got some MR. I mean, you've got the Ari and the Lily there. She could be completely, chunking through you. But some teams have to pull the trigger here very, very soon, as I feel like the Remy are itching to get this advantage over to them.
Absolutely. I believe all eyes should be on Shelby in this next fight. We know for a fact that Big Mitch has been playing these team fights really well. He had really good discipline to hold on to his ultimate during that last team fight, so he had it when he needed to escape. But Shelby needs to be the one stepping up here. He's got huge range at this point, and he should be doing a ton of damage. But at the same time, Limbo has had a disappointing performance in his debut match, and I'm not just saying that because I'm salty I got benched. I am a little bit. But certainly this is someone that the team look to really carry, and he's not been able to have the huge impact that we'd normally see from him against this quite clearly well-coordinated Remy squad. So certainly from him, I want to see a little bit more backlining, a little bit more damage in these team fights, because I'm sure you agree with me, Eddie. You don't do a lot of damage when you're dead.
That's true. If your screen is grey, how are you damaging anyone? That's exactly it. I think Shelby needs to get in his mind, the boys need to get around him and hype him and say, Penta, kill, and then Shelby's just going to switch on, turn into the Hitman, and just completely tear everyone down. But, the Remy own Baron now, and they might try and bait it, but they're just going to go and start it, as the RLC will try and get, they want to fight this, they need to fight this. Weaver's Wall is up here, if Limbo decides to try and cut off a good part of his team, or that dredge line there was a bit overextended from the rest of his team there, but it would have been the engage to start off on, but Mr. Feed decides to walk in. Phantom 19 decides to pull the trigger instead. The Quicken goes down. Mr. Feed putting down the dredge line onto this Jax. Touch Me Gently will be going down. Oh, not yet to the burn, but Big Mitch. Oh, perfect Featherstorm there. Taking down the Seraphine. But Prey ulting in. Limbo deciding to join the rest of the fight, but Weaver's Wall does go down. They need to decide here if they want to move on to the Drake, as it is currently both a 3v3.
They've got to fight this out. Shelby was very, very lucky to escape that initial burst, and now it becomes a case of cat and mouse. Can the Remy team escape through the jungle? There's a blast cone there.
That's a bear.
Here comes Prey.
Prey running forward, putting down the stun over onto Big Mitch. Oh no, Limbo picking up the shutdown. Shelby picking up the kill, and that'll be Soul Point. Very, very good use of the TP there from Noble Oak to go back to his mid turret and just completely escape that, not give any more gold over. But that'll be Soul Point now picked up for the RLC, putting that swing back into their favour. As the Ocean Soul, is it Ocean? Yeah, it's Ocean, there we are. But now they need to play Baron, they need to do something here, because right now this game is at 40 minutes, and it's a team fight away, but TP does go down for Prey, and they're just going to go start the Baron.
Absolutely, a decision needs to be made. There's 23 seconds on Zombie Pie. He's not going to be up for this Baron. No. And just going back to the team fight, I'd just like to point out that what a difference it makes when Shelby has his flash and his heal. But he did, I think he greeted with the Piercing Darkness. He wasn't using it to heal up Touch Me Gently, and so he was quite easy pick off for even the Rakan. But certainly much better. Limbo didn't get insta-bursted, and they did sort of fight it front to back. And you can see the world of difference that the team fight made. That center is pumping out such a huge amount of damage, and it was absolutely crucial that Shelby stayed alive there. Yeah,
I think the RLC now, they've picked up this Baron. I would just say, ram it, we've got Volley Bear ult. Let's just go down mid, because we can 100% dive them. We've got the perfect comp for it. Let's do what we drafted for and win this game, because right now Prey's looking upside. He hasn't even got TP up. If there was a key team fight to break down in the mid lane, so he needs to go down, push this mid lane tower in, potentially get that tier 2, and then rush back to his team. Because if he's not there, I feel that this front line of only Mr. Feed, it won't be enough to stop champions like Rakan and Big Mitch just to go in there and completely destroy Senna and Seraphine. But they're going to be pushing in to the inner turret, and I want to see what the RLC's thinking. I want to see what the Remy want to try and do here. But bot wave is currently sat mid or in the middle, and I just like to point out as well, Edge of Darkness picked up by Shelby. Personally, if you're not going to go full lethality, don't go lethality at all. It is a good buy. Yes, you do have that spell shield available to you. That's why it is. Yeah, it's a good item, but I'd go GA, maybe even a Mortal Reminder.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there, Eddie. No, I was more kicks off Nobloke in a caught well out of position and taken down nice and quickly. So I do agree with you that there. I think the Edge of Night is not a great item here when you should be speccing into simply more crit, which is what's going to be doing the damage for you, scaling with that Rage Blade. And I think it's maybe a little bit of a crutch for something that could be solved with slightly better positioning. No flame.
No, I completely agree. There's
a scary
better,
team, right?
There's better items.
Exactly, but it's a scary team. I get it. It's for the Ari Charm and it's for the Rakan Engage. So I do understand it's going to make that a little bit more difficult. But as you see there, it just gets popped by a bowling ball, and now it's a completely useless item.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why you got stuff like Cleanse. Like, take Cleanse. If you're that scared of that amount of CC coming out, just take it. Yes, you've got Heal, but you're Senna, you've got a Q. You've got Seraphine, who's got a W. It's just you've got the tools to benefit not taking Summoner Heal at all. But anyway, despite all the little micro, we're gonna have a look at RLC trying to put a good bit of macro down here as Prey's taking down this top tower. The rest of the team's gonna move over towards it now as they do take this mid inhib, and they're gonna look for more as Noble Oak just gets
Noble Oak eating the second seismic shove in as many minutes. That's very, very unfortunate. Limbo is officially online and he's remembered how to play the game. A few quick picks and that could be 2 inhibitors going down, and this is looking like it's going to be all she wrote. But the RLC seems a little bit hesitant to push in. They might be respecting a little bit the fact that they're waiting on. I don't really know what they're waiting on. They've got Flash almost back up for Shelby. They've got all their ultimates on the table, and they do have the gold advantage. So maybe they're looking to go back and spend a bit of the gold, quick reset, and then just push in this bottom lane.
I mean, everyone's got enough gold there to at least get a item or at least a good, good components out of it. I mean, Prey's literally half an item away from full build currently. I mean, he's been sat on level 18, and I think he's been the highest level pretty much the entire game compared to everyone. So he's been more than happy to just get fully built, be 100 CS against his lane opponent there. But you've used Baron, you've taken away 2 inhibs from the Remy. Ooh, very, very good flash there from Touch Me Gently, but he does cleanse the sleepy time. It's very, very good use there. Doesn't get caught out, and the RLC are able to, come down. Dredge line is available for Mr. Feeder if he wants to decide to get a pick onto this Rakan, but you know what? Says you can live. I'll allow it. They're gonna look for this bot play now. They want to get everything in, get double super minions, get as much of a advantage as they can before they can finally execute and take away this Nexus. And you know what? I just realised it's a best of 3.
Yeah, we've got more of this.
It got me feeling like a best of 1 earlier.
Goodness me! I mean, the amount of emotion we've been through in this single game is it definitely feels like a best of 1. As we see now, I think you just whilst I'm flaming all the teams, point out as Engage comes in.
Yeah, account number 19 there, very, very good quickening, but he will go down as the encore. Oh, lands onto 3 people there. Shelby putting down the ultimate, picking up 2 kills currently. Big Mitch and Noble Oak are the only ones alive as he is currently sat topside. Prey is pushing in the mid wave, and I believe that will be game. Yeah, Weaver's Wall goes in. Wow,
that's certainly going to be all she wrote. I mean, just quickly while I get the chance to do a little bit of analysis and flame the teams, that we can only just see Big Mitch picking up the Executioner's Calling now against the Senna Seraphine. Other than that, 9inches is the only other person to have picked up any healing reduction whatsoever, which I feel is just a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I was going to try and take the game out here. As Noble Oak's going to try and make a standard Noble effort to try and draw it out as much as he can, but game 1 goes to the RLC. I bet you're a little bit happy, or maybe a little bit bitter, I'm not too sure.
I think they're going to be a little bit relieved after that. There's a little bit touch and go, and that game should nowhere near have been that close. That's absolutely ridiculous. Certainly a few execution errors from the side of the RLC in the early game and in the mid game. And they're really fighting back with a good chance, but they simply got to the stage where the combination, I think that the draft from the RLC was simply too strong. I still agree that the RLC definitely won in draft, but not quite fully understanding how their champions were working hampered them a lot, and obviously a little bit of troll building on their side, kind of just threw the game back over to the Remy for a little bit of that.
I do want to say on that Senna build though, she did come out with top damage.
I mean, yeah, because it's a 45-minute game and there's Senna in it.
Yeah, that's fair. But either way, it's a very, very entertaining first game here. Win goes over to the RLC, and the Remy, they're swaying a little bit. You know, they want to try and hold on to this first place as much as they can, and you know, let's see what they want to try and do into game 2 as well. We'll take a very, very short break, and yeah, ladies and gents, don't go anywhere. Ladies and gents, and we are now back from a little short break, and we are on to game 2 between the Remy and the RLC. RLC taking away game 1, bit dragged out. You know, we flamed a little bit, we had a little bit of fun with it, but you know, Paul, what do you think? Who would you give MVP to that game?
So MVP for me, I think account number 19 has got to be. I think he had some really clean engages.
Yeah.
Simply the stats weren't on the side of the Remy team to be able to properly get through Prey, who was so far ahead at that point. But certainly, I think the likes of the Zombie Pie and Nitrous True Damage as well made this game super dangerous for the RLC. Big Mitch had a good performance. I do agree there. Is consistently ahead of Shelby, but the draft is the real problem for me for the side of the Remy. They need to be target banning the OP picks from this patch, because those are the champions that the side of the RLC will play.
Yeah.
So yeah, certainly, and then just a little bit more cohesion and consistency from the side of the RLC, and that should lead them through. I mean, obviously heavily biased, but my opinion doesn't change. I believe the RLC is going to 2-0 this series.
Oh, that's a strong feeling. But you know,
I'm calling it now, even before draft. I'll change my mind after draft, maybe.
Well, yeah, we'll see how draft goes. But yeah, I can agree more with you. I think account number. I think I said this last time when I watched him play. I don't think I was casting at the time, but I think I remember saying that account number 19, 100%. Him and that Rakan is an absolute smurf fest, and it's just lovely to see. But we'll see what they decide to pick now as we go into game 2's pick and bans. I want to see if the RLC decide to actually do fasting Senna bot now. Seen them pick it up last time, picking up Seraphine and Senna, and then taking the Seraphine mid. I think that, you know, they should leave it alone if they're not going to play it properly. In my opinion, at least. I mean, if you're going to pick them, play him where it works, especially. But
I think as a champion, you can give to Mr. Feed. Go, hey, that's the champion he's played most of this season.
Yeah.
I think if you want to take the center away, then either ban it or pick it for Mr. Feed and put Shelby on something like the Lucian or Vayne or Jhin, or something that he's far more comfortable on, because it's obvious that he didn't necessarily know the ins and outs of that champion there. Still,
yeah,
he managed to right click enough targets to come out good, but not something that he could absolutely dominate on in that bot lane.
No, yeah, definitely. But yeah, we do see it taken away there. That Seraphine, even though she was taking the mid lane, yeah, still she's a dangerous pick. She's pick or ban, as we said earlier. But Kai'Sa and Skarner taken away. Kai'Sa, as mentioned before, pick or ban. She's really good. Get the Kraken Slay on her. Get every other bit of damage onto her as possible. Get her upgraded kit. Tell you what, she'll completely smurf on your backline. So it'd be interesting to see what they want to take in this bot lane now. I mean, you know, if they decide to ban Rakan here, take away that potential of Big Mitch and the Cat team going that same duo in the bot lane, but they decide to take away the Nami. I think they're more scared of it for some reason. There's that Senna ban as well.
So I think this is a smart draft, or a smart first ban phase from both of them. As you said, the Kai'Sa is such an effective ban because of the meta and because of the fact that it's Big Mitch's most played champion, the Nami as well. You've got to target something at account number 19. I think it's borderline trolling to not ping a ban at him for the champion that he's performed best on. And then from the side of the Remy, they are banning away the Seraphine Senna combo, which is so strong. So I really like that, and it's an Urgot first pick for the RLC. I really hope this is not what they discussed with you before the game.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully it's not, but we won't let anything go further from this. But Urgot is picked up for the RLC. He's a strong pick. I think he always has been since his rework. He's pretty dangerous. But Vigo and Orianna picked up for the Remy. I'm suspecting that's a Vigo support. So that's a bit of fun. So all the RLC need to do is not pick any AP. That'd be sound. But yeah, pretty easy from there.
I'll be honest. This is a little bit suspect, in my opinion. The Orianna Vigo. So, likely a Vigo support if you want to, say that account number 90 is the best player on this squad. So put him on a support where he can do a ton of damage. The Brands, the Vigos of this world. So fair enough. The Orianna implies they're going to be looking towards another 5v5 team fighting comp, which could get a little bit dangerous for the RLC. But the Jhin Alistar is a proven, tried and tested combo. That's been, it's a beefy front line and a lot of damage from the back line. The sort of standard setup you would see in the bot lane. Moving to the second ban phase now as they Remy pick up Xayah.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that Jhin pick. Jhin pick is currently for me, he's one of my favourite champions alongside Samira, and yeah, he's gonna do a lot of damage now. But yeah, Graves taken away from Limbo there. They're clearly scared of it. I mean, obviously his Talia didn't really do a lot in the last game. Only managed to pick up 1 kill, but did pretty well.
I think it'd be troll not to ban the Talia here.
Yeah, it's still something that he's really good on, despite obviously having a bad game of it last time.
Yeah, I think you can't really shut down Touch Me Gently in terms of his picks now, because he does have a very wide champion pool. And also, I think it's just too difficult to know what he's going to pick. So I think the Talia ban here would be effective if you do want to ping those 2 bans at Limbo, which there's 2 more on there. And the Master Yi ban, is this suspect? What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, if I ever see a Yi ban in a 5s game, I'm just thinking that's a no ban, because who's going to pick Master Yi? In my opinion, at least, I think it's a no ban in my opinion. But
well, there's no one on the RLC squad that plays that.
Exactly.
Are they just like ban anything?
Yeah, just get rid. Just don't like the champ. I had a bad game with him last year.
And considering the comp that they've already drafted, it's not necessarily got a ton of value as well. And looking at the comp the RLC has drafted, it doesn't seem like it's got a ton of value here. I'm really interested in what Touch Me Gently is going to pick up for the mid lane for the RLC here.
Oh, that's a Vi pick, and I really, really like Vi currently. Vi in the jungle is very, very scary. I'm not too sure if she's been slept on massively, but I think she's probably A tier. She's absolutely dangerous, especially with these current item picks that she can pick up. But Lux is picked up on the side of the RLC as they return, and we'll see what they want to pick out here. But yeah, Lux is. I'm not a fan of Lux as a pick, or even as a champion. I get it, if she gets ahead, she can be absolutely ridiculous, but I'm not a fan of her. And there's the Gnar pickup as well. Now, I think we can. We'll let the Remy pick the last pick here, but I think we can talk about what we discussed earlier. This is
Is this the part where I can tell Limbo that I'm never going to forgive him for making me cast Urgot jungle?
Yes, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, so it's an Urgot jungle. There must have been a proxy pick there, but that's an Urgot jungle.
It was discussed beforehand.
Yeah, I think
very interesting.
It was late season 10 or the beginning of season 11. Urgot got a he got a buff against jungle camps, so he became a viable pick. This is when they wanted to pick out quite a bit of more champions going to the jungle role. I wasn't really a massive fan of it, but I was like, Matt, doesn't really mean a lot. Goes what it says. That's when I added Brand and Morgana to be a bit more effective in the jungle. But Urgot eventually became a part of that, and it's a patch that put him into there, and I'm not too confident in it. I've seen him play it once. I'll tell you what, it's a bit scary because you've got a little bit of a crab going along in your jungle.
Okay, so this is my thoughts, and we can tell the audience now that the proxy pick was Veigar, which was a proxy pick for Rakan. So yeah, this is my thoughts on Veigar. So yeah, he's got the purge, which means he can pump out a lot of DPS, especially onto the jungle camps. However, it's single target, and there are those who farm faster than him. He's got his dash and the flip and the mini stun that comes with it, but there are far better gankers than him. Objective control, well, yeah, he's tanky, but he needs a lot of gold to really get to the point where he's very scary. And often he needs that consistent farm from the gold. From the lane minions to make him actually effective. So, in my opinion, I think this champion's going to crash and burn in the jungle. We're going to see just how good Limbo is. They have heavily target banned away the Zombie Pie, so his champions have been thrown out. They banned away the Echo, they banned away the Lilia, and they banned away, was it one of the pick, which leaves Zombie Pie's champion pool a little bit dry, as he's normally a support main, but
I don't need more enemies.
I don't believe in the Urgot jungle, I've got to be honest.
No, I can get behind that, most definitely. Especially when you got a Vi as well. So a Vi going into an Urgot, all Vi's got to do is just hit level 2, hit level 3, and just live in his jungle. Because yeah, a little thing called Vi W will completely ruin Urgot's life. So it'd be interesting to see if Zombie Pie does realise that and take complete priority in saying, you know what, I own this now. I've got 2 jungles. So leaving Limbo, he might suffer a little bit. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, Zombie Pie obviously said he's a support main. So I don't know how experienced of a jungler he is. So let's see if he has the knowledge to realise the fact that Limbo's basically drafted against himself.
I think looking back now as well, the RLC could have potentially not banned the Kai'Sa and tried to force a Kai'Sa ban from the other side, and if not, you just pick it up first pick for Shelby.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Neither here nor there. I think the Jhin is very strong. I don't think it's as strong as it has been. He's had continuous nerfs. He had the quick nerf to his Q damage, and also the Gale Force nerfs have hit him. So it's going to be a bit of a one to see if they can pull it out in the bot lane. But I think this bot lane makes a lot more sense than the last one.
Yeah, I think
when it comes to fighting Xayah Khan anyway.
Yeah, definitely. But I think I'm not a fan of Jhin Alistar. I mean, it's a good lane, definitely, but personally, I'm not a fan of it. I would rather go with, maybe even a Senna, or definitely like an AP pokey support, maybe even a Brand. But yeah, the Jhin pick it's still good. Maybe I would have gone Samira with Alistar because you got that so much synergy. I mean, even with Gnar, Urgot, Lux, all that CC. If you picked Samira in there, she'd have absolute field day.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Okay, so we can reveal now that there's a little bit of discord, and the RLC didn't know that the Veigar pick was a proxy pick. But in that instance, I think if they did know, then the Samira is just so good into the Rakan, because there is no situation on God's green earth where you should get caught out by that grand entrance. You should always be able to dash away through a minion, through your support, or even Rakan himself, to get out of that zone before you get knocked up.
Yeah, it's a pick that I would have loved to have seen. But you know what? I picked it last week. It was my first game of the series, and I completely lost with it. So you know what? Maybe I'd put the example out to everyone of like, I picked it. I failed. No one else can do it now. That's it. Simple.
Right. Eddie came. He saw. He almost won.
Yeah, and then
he didn't conquer.
I cried. I definitely cried. But no, I mean, it's second game right now. RLC. Obviously, they want to win this. They don't want to bring it out to a game 3. I think if they lose this now, the Remy will have that much confidence behind them to the fact that, well, you know what? We can go for a more aggressive pick now. We've got that confidence behind us. Let's go absolutely smurf on these guys and just dominate later on. But the RLC here, again, this draft really isn't helping them out. I think, as we said before, Remy's one draft, in my opinion.
Well, I don't necessarily think Remy's one draft. They do have a a pretty traditional but standard strong comp, and if the RLC try and fight this 5v5, they're going to have a bit of an emotional time, I imagine.
Oh yes.
But they still got the tennis. I think Praise once again going to hard win this top lane. He has to hard win it very hard because the matchup between Touch Me Gently and 9 Inches went quite even last time. So if they can't leave her at an advantage, then I think it has to be through the top lane. Prey has to win hard here, but this shouldn't be too difficult because Gnar into Malphite into those melee matchups with the big tanks. Gnar just has a field day with that. It's a 3-hit passive that just chunks people's health bars. Still, I mean, obviously, caster bias. My money's on the RLC here.
Of course.
Because I think they know that.
He hopes.
Okay, I've already said that I'm mad at Limbo for forcing me to cast Urgot jungle, but
it's gonna be absolutely funny. I genuinely can't wait. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I can't wait for it.
I want to see what it does and how it works. If it works at all, I imagine it'll be a case of hard farm, objective control, and seeing if you can. I don't even know if you beat Via at level 3.
No, you just don't. There's no way in any form of reality where Urgot beats Via level 3. As I said before, all Vi needs to do level 3 is sit in Urgot's jungle, and then that's it. You could just say jungle diff in all chat, and then that'll be that. Limbo won't be a very happy bunny, or a happy crab in this case. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes, as we're going to shortly get into game 2. RLC versus Arimi. RLC having game 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back very, very shortly.
And we are back with the Remy versus the RLC in League of Legends best of 3. This is game 2 with the RLC already up 1 game, but some interesting draft decisions leave us at the point where we have to cast at Urgot jungle. So this is certainly anyone's game. We are back. With me is Eddie, and we already see a 4-man stack for the Remy. What's going on here, Eddie?
I'm expecting a late invade here. Try and pick something out at least, but apparently I'm wrong. No, that's it. You know what? I won't even bother. Remy don't like me clearly.
I think Noble just really wasn't on board. He's just up there, sat in the top lane with a ward and tri-brush, being like, "Please don't invade me."
Yeah, he's muted and deafened on Discord. He's got his lo-fi hip hop in the background. He's just chilling out in this bush. He's just doing what he wants. He's completely in the zone. But both junglers starting off on their blue buffs here. I wouldn't be surprised if Vi decided to go down for a level 2 gank onto bot lane, or just do a full clear of bot and then move over to there. But it'd be interesting what Zombie Pie wants to do. As we said, he's a support main. I don't know how much experience he's got in the jungle, but let's see if if his team yells at him enough, I'm pretty sure he'll come down to gank. So yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if he's looking at clearing bottom to top here, because Vi does have the option of doing a 3-camp clear and then gank, but it's not the optimal pathing, especially on this patch, as I said. The full clear is simply too strong, which is why in the next patch we're seeing jungle gold and XP nerfs, because that's the 3-camp clear is pretty much gone. It's dead.
Yeah.
So be interesting to see. We're seeing that Limbo has actually got a little bit of a farm advantage, or a little bit more tempo in the jungle at the moment, which is interesting. It's obvious this man knows what he's doing on Urgot jungle, for the love of God. And Pryo being built by bot lane, whereas conversely for the last game, we're seeing Pryo given away by Prey in the top lane.
Yeah, I think he was just a bit chilled out. I mean, yeah, he was playing Volibear, so a relatively new player, but he just wants to chill out and farm, I think, and then wait for his Mega Gnar and then go in, I guess. Not really a massive, Gnar fanatic, but I know he gets big sometimes, and I know it really doesn't do well in team fights because it just kills me constantly. But anyway,
that's the real bonus here, is that they have drafted Gnar, who in Mega Gnar will do a ton for them in team fights. Oh, as Shelby and Mr. Feed just about miss pushing that lane under, and they're going to miss the ability to cheat a recall.
Yeah,
because that's a third wave coming in.
I figured out what Prey wants to do. Prey wants to get a freeze up in the top lane, and then make Noble Oak's life a little bit more heavier, a little bit more difficult. He's gonna have that range advantage against him, and take his way as much as he can, much XP, and just bully Noble Oak away from the farm. So that I'm guaranteed that's probably what he's trying to do. But yeah, as you can see there in the top lane on the minimap. But it's now level 3, and the count number 19 decides to go in. Shelby getting a CC down. Mr. Feed decides to do the exact same, landing CC onto Big Mitch, leaving Limbo with the crab man waltzing into lane there, but unfortunately doesn't get anything out of it. Only a flash and exhaust out from that bot lane. Zombie Pie did look into a gank for mid lane, but a Lux snare just shut that theory down.
So honestly, I don't know why Big Mitch isn't looking to freeze us here. He's just kind of like shoving the wave in again. Like, you want this lane to be pushed up, and yeah, the bot lane for the RC can have a little bit of respite because they've just seen the jungler in mid lane, and they know he's likely pathing up top because they saw the bot lane had leashed. But this is a super horrible spot to have the lane in, and now Mr. V just smashes that cannon. They're gonna have to push us under tower eventually.
Yeah, it's maybe a potential misplay, but anyway, Shelby decides to try and get a little bit damage down, but account number 19 says no as he knocks him up. Flash is out of there, but they are on the hunt. You can see him, they want a slice right now, but Mr. Feed, perfect screening there. Oh, but never mind, the feathers come back and ruin Shelby's life as, Big Mitch picks up the first blood.
Absolutely, the Blade Caller coming in huge there, and that's such a... once again, really well played by account number 19. Shelby seems to be under the impression that he, in any way does enough damage, especially when he's only got the last shot and he was going to be forced to reload at the start of the trade. That's not something you win.
No.
As we've got a gank in the top lane, very good hop away there from Prey. That's why you don't gank Gnar from behind.
Yeah, Prey with a little hop, skip, and jump, and he's having a little bit of fun. I mean, I really dislike Gnar for some reason. I absolutely hate the champion. Not his kit or anything. I just don't like him. I think me and him have got a bit of beef for some reason.
Stupid yordles.
Stupid yordles, that's the word. But leaving Limbo, proving the fact that Urgot Jungle can do something is he pulls a knock up and grabs the kill with his good old crabby shotgun knees and steals mid farm, as you always do. So what
damage flashed that?
What just happened is a gank from an Urgot Jungle went successful.
So, if you've never been ganked by an Urgot Jungle before, as most of us haven't, don't try and flash away to the other side because there's more shotgun knees ready for you there. That was just straight up trolling from 9 inches. He knew he was dead. He needed to flash early rather than greeting his flash. You know, flash the corrosive charge and the light binding rather than trying to flash late and dying in the most embarrassing fashion.
But speaking of potentially dying here, Zombie Pie looking for a gank down to bot lane. Cat number 19 flashing forward, landing knock up onto Shelby, but Big Mitch put as much damage as he can down onto this Alistair. And gets away, but leaving Limbo says, no, bring me here, I'm in the crab, and then goes in, putting all the shotgun knees as he can into Big Mitch and Vi. He's got level 6 though, 2 levels ahead of Zombie Pie, picks up the ultimate onto Big Mitch, landing that fear. Account number 19, gonna get caught up now, trying to do as much as he can to get away here, but Shelby's got 4 shot, and, ooh, doesn't, but, oh, what a TP. 9 inches of true damage, comes in there, puts down the ultimate, and, wow, there was a lot that happened there, and now Lux is here. I mean, a little bit late to the party, but yeah, that was a very, very good 4-man event down in the bot lane. As you know, Drake's now up. That was a lot.
I think a really good rotation there for Touch Me Gently, and obviously the level 6 coming out clutch from leaving Limbo. Definitely making the difference there with the it was fear worse than death, isn't it? The ultimate coming in and taking out Big Mitch in that moment. Oh dear, another lands.
Snare lands from the Lux and a snare lands from the Jhin, and all Orianna can do is just try and get away, as she eventually does. But now, I mean, the RLC have got the priority they need for the Drake, and they don't go get it. We're gonna have the same issues as last time, RLC. I don't want to keep on saying it. Get the Drakes. But
I think I actually agree with the decision here because Shelby's too low on mana and Mr. Feed is, he's only level 4. He's not really going to offer much. They need to back and reset here because they're likely sat on a ton of gold. You can see the first items come out. The boots first buy from Shelby.
Oh, love a good pair of Swifties.
Is it buy Swifties as opposed to actually respecting the Rakan engage?
Yeah, it's a bit of a iffy one. I mean, I would just go for the pure damage, to be fair. But yeah, the Swifties will, they'll help them out quite a bit. I know some people like to buy boots rather than Doran's Blade first on Jhin. Get 4 pots down you as well. It's a very, very strong pick, especially against champions like the Rakan. You should walk away as quick as you can, and you also got your passive as well. So that'll just get you away.
So the thing to do, which is you picked up in some matchups where you desperately need the speed. You think about things like you being run down by a Leona, as oh my goodness. Lucent Singularity, which is that? Oh, Final Spark, there we go. Final Slumgelm coming out, blowing up Noble Oak.
Wait, Prey just flashed into that. Anyway, the curtain call goes down in this bot lane as Limbo tries to get something out of this. It doesn't, unfortunately, but what the hell happened there? Prey, I can see what he tried doing there. He tried flashing over the Vault Breaker from Vi. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
That could have been an LCS big play. Hashtag British Army Esports Lions League big play. But unfortunately, it goes into the embarrassing pile.
Someone clip that, please. Clip that. I need to belittle this with him later.
As the Hextech comes in.
Mr. P decides to go in and put this knock up down. Shelby putting down as much as he can, but 4th shot is going to try and land onto Big Mitch, but the curtain call is down. Oh no, what am I talking? Curtain call. Anyway, he lands these shots down, but Mr. Feed picks up the kill because he's greedy. The count number 19 trying to get away with his life, but 4th shot from Shelby puts down this CC. Dark Harvest will go on. Oh no, it won't, unfortunately, but account number 19 gets away with his life there. Very, very good pickup from Mr. Feed. Hex flashing into that. Yeah, brilliant pickup for the bot lane.
Absolutely, and if I could go back just a couple of minutes just to finish what I was saying before the Clown Fiesta kicked off. For those of you, once again, who don't know, there's a bit of a new Jhin setup. If you go boots 4 pots to start with, because you're very, very fast with your passive on your 4th shot, and then you go Time Warp Tonic, which gives you move speed as your potions are activated, and then you go biscuits as well, and you have so many so much sustain, first of all, but you're also really, really fast, so no one can actually run away from you, which is sometimes a bit of a frustrating thing when you're trying to chase people down as Jhin. It gives you a ton of agency in lane, and the ability to escape if need be.
Yeah, and you can just stay in lane longer, because that's, obviously you want to go back when you got a lot of gold, but you've got that much sustain where you can just stay and get as much gold, get back to 1800, 1700, and get a healthier back compared to your lane opponent. That's actually, yeah, I might start doing that. That's pretty big brain. Anyway, Ocean Drake picked up there on the side of the Remy. Yeah, very, very good pick there. I mean, yeah, they picked up Drake. RLC didn't. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah. Pretty sad stuff. On the other side, we do have a Rift Herald pickup as that is a solo bolo, but a return kill under the tower from Noble Oak. Well played.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen Noble Oak there smurf and pray just by ulting into him under tower and denying that last auto, and then just that'd been funny. But you know what? Still, good pickup, good trade
The
at
blade
least.
had already been thrown out, so he would have just met an embarrassing end there anyway. Still, a 1-for-1 trade with the wave pushed under the tower of Noble Oak. So, a reasonable trade for Prey, but maybe not one he has to make. Still, he is already on almost doubling the CS of his lane opponent there. Noble Oak having another rough game up against Prey.
Yeah, I'd like to point out as well the CS diff in mid. I mean, Orianna currently 24 CS ahead of this Lux. I mean, yeah, 9 inches of true damage, showing off his skills in his mid lane of just dominating it. I mean, you have Orianna with Phase Rush, which is an absolute pain, and especially going to a Lux as well. I'm pretty sure that's a losing matchup, I believe, if I know mid at all, which I'm pretty sure I don't. But yeah, he's getting as much as he can over to himself. I mean, he's currently well, to be fair, they're even on gold. I just realised. I mean, yeah, Touch Me Gently has picked up a kill, so therefore they are equal on gold. I just did a bit of maths there in my own head and looked at the score and looked at the gold screen, but yeah, forget what I was talking about. We've got Drake's up. We've got Infernal Drake up in 2.5 minutes. Rift up in 3.5. The teams really want to try and get some picks here now. I mean, that's what the RLC side and the Remy side have picked up as well. They want to try and get some decent picks out here. I mean, Leaving Limbo is sat here, but he has got the Rift Herald. He wants to get this gold over to his carries. Shelby needs this.
This could potentially be big down the bot lane, but the Featherstorm is available. There's team coming in. Here comes Quickness.
Quickness goes down onto Shelby, gets as much damage as he can, but Big Mitch misses the Feather Call back. Shelby putting down as much damage as he can, but Ultimate goes down from the Orianna. Prey TPing in as well. Curtain Call goes in, and expect a lot to happen here. Final Spark, perfect combination there with the Alistar. Prey decides to go in there, dive as much as he can, but he's got all the health he can. Oh no!
How has no one died?
I don't know! Someone died!
Every single ultimate, the Unstoppable Force, the Shockwave, the Featherstorm, and everything, but still, they could not get a kill. And now the rotation's out. There was still a 4v5, double TP from the top laners, as well as a TP from the Orianna, and a roam down. In comes Limbo there, flash away from 9 inches.
Yeah, he's just gonna pick up that kill there. He's on a killing spree. This Urgot jungle is on a killing spree. Anyway, ooh, very, very good escape there from account number 19, getting out of that snare. That would have been a very, very sad goodbye to his life there, unfortunately. But yeah, that's first turret down to the side of the RLC. They got a good gold advantage. They got 4k gold advantage right now. You got Drake up in 1:15. They're going to want to get a reset in here, get Prio over this Drake, push in mid lane, and take this Infernal.
Absolutely. We see Noble Oak has just walked back up to the top lane without going back, so he's going to be able to push and get Prio over that. There'll be no TP for the top laners, so top lane priority is going to be essential here. Well, for Prey.
Yeah.
Because you've got your lane Kingdom back on. You know for a fact there's going to be a Cloud Fiesta around mid. Ult will be back off cooldown. We can see Assault Battery still available from Zombie Pie because he wasn't involved in that. So all to play for. I'd imagine we're going to have another big Cloud Fiesta fight in a second. That's that last fight there, maybe a little bit. Split focus is really, really difficult, and obviously a big TP and a big ultimate from Prey makes it so difficult for the Remy to even get through. In we come though, the Quickness onto the mid lane.
Yeah, Quickness going down from the Rakan. Vi with the Assault and Battery there. Goodbye, good night, the Lux. Yeah, and that's the Prio over now for Drake. I mean, you've got no TPs up in that top lane, and currently it's a 4v2, soon to be a 4v3. if they're just going to start taking it now. Limbo's going to try and I don't think he even can try and steal this. I mean, Shelby's got his W and the curtain call to see if he can get something out of it. But yeah, count number 19 with a good screen there. Yeah, Limbo wants no part of this at all. Just give over this Infernal Drake, and yeah, Remy pick it up.
Absolutely the correct decision there. You just leave it. And I think that's a little bit poor map awareness from Touch Gently. He didn't have the warding, and you know for a fact that the focus is going to be down towards the dragon. Very limited warding for a flank from behind. He just presumed he was safe. Threw all his cooldowns on clearing the wave, which is fair enough, but was heavily punished by account number 19 with a really good quickness. Into the assault battery, you're not surviving that.
Yeah,
it's too much lockdown.
Limbo's now path top. He knows Rift's up, and at least get a consolidation for losing that Infernal. Pick up the second Rift Herald for the side of the RLC. Take down this mid turret. Put more pressure onto the map. Yes, they might just want to an objective over there, but Limbo decides to just go in anyway, putting down Fate worse than death, and just destroys Orianna in the mid lane. 9 inches damage is not having a good time right now. He's currently 0-3, and yeah, just a very good pickup from Limbo there as he decides to go now path over to the Rift Herald.
So once again, we just see the exact same thing as the focus will now be up towards the top left side of the lane. So why are you playing towards that side? 9 inches of true damage, once again, just walking straight into it, and not respecting Limbo, who is now 4-0 on this jungle Urgot pick, which we all flamed, and I will continue to flame because it's bad. But he is certainly making it work, and that is a free Rift Herald for them. And I agree with you there, already. They should be looking to beat down this mid lane tower, because that's going to open up this Lux to be roaming a lot more. As we've seen, she's had maybe a little bit of difficulty showing up to fights that the Orianna is able to TP to, and if she's able to push the lane out past this midway point, then it'll be an easy pickup for them there.
Well, speaking of easy pickups there, Ultimate Final Spark trying to go down onto this Xayah, but she just Featherstorms out of there. And Curtain Call good going from this Jhin, trying to pick up something, but I think to no avail. Yeah, that was very good use of the ultimate there to try and escape any form of CC, or any further damage at least. So yeah, well played by Big Mitch, as Rift Herald's dropped now mid. I think, just the Remy should just concede this. You haven't got the quickness from the Rakan, that was just used there to try and, stop whatever the RLC were trying to do in that mid lane. But yeah, it's a free tower pickup for them.
Yeah, hate to see it. Prey goes in and the Mega Gnar doesn't quite hit. Still, leaving Limbo's there, and he's able to secure that for the 8th kill of the RLC's game. Light Binding lands.
Yeah, Touch Me Gently there is still though, unfortunately, but yeah, landed quite a bit there. Stopwatch used by the Rakan, yeah, denied any further engagement. But you got 5-man top now. It's another 5-man. There's nothing up. You just happen to all be pathing that way, which is completely fair.
The shockwave's up and the assault battery's up, and that is enough to encourage the side of the RLC to back away and go for a reset. They got plenty there. They definitely need to be ensuring they're keeping up levels and splitting over their lane prioritizations or lane assignments. But still, a number of towers going into the pockets of the RLC, and this will just extend the gold lead out to just under 6k at the moment.
I'd like to point out an item. Urgot has bought a chem tank.
The turbo chem tank. Interesting. It solves his mobility issues, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, the last thing, you see a crab running towards you. You're like, oh, fair when it's a little bit of a crab. Hi. You see a crab sprinting at you. Oh, it's a little bit of a different situation there. I'd be absolutely terrified. But him popping that there, he's just picked up the Titanic Hydra as well. He's be pumping out a lot of damage and doing it very quickly at the same time. I'll be terrified if I see him. I'll probably just flash away as soon as I can. But he's still bad because he picked Urgot jungle.
I mean, yeah, we can't not flame him for that, surely.
Oh, yeah.
I'd just like to point out, I've been very impressed by Touch Me Gently's light bindings. Have been setting up so many plays in this mid lane, which have been a chunk here, forcing out an ultimate there, which has just been giving the RLC the incremental advantages they've needed to push down these lanes and get a clean Rift Herald out. So really well played to him with some strong cues.
No, yeah, he's been on point on the ball. We've got Cloud Soul now, up and available in the next 30 seconds as the RLC are posturing, and the Remy want to try and, you know, call this, try and get as much vision denial as possible. But Raze, or they're looking for something. Mr. Feed's going to Hex Slash over here, or backwards, as he Tokyo drifts himself away from any engage there. But leaving Limbo, I know he's itching for something here. TP is going down from Noble Oak here, and we'll see what the Remy decide to do.
Certainly, the team fight's inevitable here. The Unstoppable Force is ready, the Shockwave is ready, they've got the Orianna combo, but on the flank, Touch Me Gently, he's continually landing spells. Here comes Singularity, misses.
Yeah, Igniting a very, very good quickness. Featherstorm going down, Assault Battery and the Orianna ult going down. Prey putting as much as he can onto the Pie. That is the jungler out, but Lever Limbo is just going to pop Chem Tank and run into the rest of the team. Noble Oak's going to go down here eventually as well, but Rakan is also going down. Oh, curtain call. Can he sniper? Oh, ACMT. But anyway, he picks up the Gnar. Kills Gnar.
Prey gives his life for the ace.
It's
And that'll be the 5 for 1 trade, and the Baron is definitely on the table here. 100% you ignore the Dragon for the Baron objective. Leaving Limbo is so strong there. He's got a Titanic Hydra now. He's pumping out so much damage. I thought the RLC team were a little bit done for because they were caught in a choke with the Shockwave up and available, and a huge ton of damage coming down from the distance and the Blade Caller combo from the Xayah and the Orianna. But still, Limbo is so tanky and so far ahead. Comes through and is just able to, look them in the eye and run them down. So, very well played. A little bit of a split team fight, so I was a little bit worried, but never lost faith.
Yeah, the Remy are going to pick up the that Cloud Soul now. It's a little bit of a consolidation, but I mean, look at that gold difference. It is a 10k gold difference right now, and the RLC is going to have to go back, get as much as they can, and just try and end the game. I mean, you've got the perfect setup. There is no excuse right now to the reason why you shouldn't be trying to pressure a end result here. I mean, stick Prey down in bot, stick him in top. He's got TP, and if a big team fight starts happening, then bam, call upon him and he shall answer. Leaving Limbo as well, stick him just roaming about trying to get a small little pick onto champions like Rakan or onto Xayah. And just watch them get completely melted.
100%. Limbo is huge right here now, and he has to be the giant wall of bricks and mortar in front of the Remy team, ensuring that they know they can't come through. So he's looking to be itemizing towards a Randuin's Omen possibly, or a Frozen Heart, and this could be super dangerous. As in comes the Q.
Yeah, Zombie Pie putting down the ultimate. Assault Battery, unfortunately not enough to get rid of Leaving Limbo, but Orianna ult as well. Yeah, it's that's a big beefy crab right there. That's not a lot you can do, but they're going to try and take down this mid tier 2 once this wave comes in. Mr. Feed's denying as much vision as he can in their own jungle. Noble Oak's doing the exact same, but the Remy need to hold on and try and get something out of this. Maybe take, get this shutdown over onto Xayah. That is currently sat on Leaving Limbo. That's $1,000, and that's a lot of money. And yeah, if anything, I'll be looking at Big Mitch and to see him pick him out as much time as he can and just take away the kill.
If you can, I think Limbo's been very, very disciplined with these team fights, and certainly there's big paychecks to be had if they can manage to take him down. But you can't ignore the damage threat from Prey as well, who's going to be sat in your face, and then the good backline damage. You've got 2 very long range carries at the back here. We're going to be giving them troubles. Prey's just wailing on this inhibitor tower.
Yeah, account number 19 there, trying to see if we can get pick out onto Mr. Feed. Quickness goes down, but eventually just not having any bit of it. Shelby flashing out of it as well, doesn't want to get caught. He's still in ADC, so he can die in a second. Prey's just not being answered at all. He's going to take this tower down. But Zombie Pie looks for something at least. Prey putting the stun down. Storm Battery is not available to try and even shut this down, but Prey jumps in, puts down the ultimate to put everyone against the wall. Storm Battery is back up. That's a short cooldown, but Prey will go down eventually. Touch Me Gently pushing in top. Mid inhib's going to go down, and the Remy are looking for something else here, as it just does not stop. Leaving Limbo is going to be kept caught on a CC train as he decides to go down. Featherstorm coming in from Big Mitch, but Leaving Limbo gets the kill. Shelby's getting run down. Dodges, but he does not enough. Unfortunately, Touch Me Gently's shuts down onto this Orianna. Vi shuts down onto the Shelby. Leaving Limbo is going to carry on the Zombie Pie. Oh, he should have gone in on that, in my opinion. But anyway, Leaving Limbo is going to run him down. Come here.
It's doomed. It's doomed. Oh dear, the disdain is
Oof.
enough, the shield is enough.
Yeah, that
And that's
E-shield.
going to be 2 inhibs down, all 3 inhibitor towers taken. Big reset for the RLC. I'd just like to point out that Shelby definitely could have lived in that fight if he'd, well, potentially could have lived if he'd used his Gale first earlier rather than his flash. Touch Me Gently as well, staunchly refusing to join the team and rather splitting top, which is fair enough because that was a bit of a Clown Fiesta engage. Unstoppable force into Limbo. It's still not enough to take him down. 8-0-5 now. On the Crab got in the jungle. Why am I having to cast this?
I don't know, but it's working. I mean, as much as we can flame it, he's 8-0-5. He's got 700 gold bounty on him. Clearly it's doing something here. He had a bad game on Talia, and he says, you know what? I'll turn it on.
I just pull out his real main.
Yeah.
At this stage, how much casting is there really left to do? There's soul point for the side of the Remy, but they're not going to have the chance to bring that to fruition. There's the side of the RLC here shouldn't even be looking to go to the final dragon. They should be pushing this in. I suppose they could take it out in 45 seconds, but they could just push it and win the game here. All they really need to do is 5v5, and they're just too far ahead. You and I can see that there's a 13k gold lead, but the other teams definitely can't. But the item differential coming out now, the Vi's superstar being forced to pick up things like the Executioner's Calling feels so bad.
Yeah, I mean, you need to pick those up sooner rather than later. You can't pick up. I'd say if you haven't bought Executioner's Calling by 22 minutes or even 20 or 18 minutes, early as possible, what's the point? There's no need at all. You just completely waste that opportunity there. But still, it is what it is, and the Remy are going to try their hardest to get something out of this, even though it's a 13k gold lead. They want to win, and they want to see if they can get any picks out at all. But right now, they're just defending the bases. The RLC can just completely free roam and pick up all the objectives that are popping onto the map. They got
Just
Baron
go
45.
bot.
Just end. Just
go bot and end the game.
Count on 19 there. Not even a chance. He just had to sit there, write his last will and testament, and die. That was very good pick there from Touch Me Gently.
Rest in peace to a real G. Account number 19
there we
goes down.
There we go. I'm gonna pour one out for him later.
Pour one out for the homies.
Yeah. That's it was a good pick up there, and this is definitely their call. Unstoppable Force goes in. Noble Oak trying to do as much as he can to consolidate something. But this could be a game for them. RLC closing this out. Very, very good pickup. Well, Limbo dies! Yay! Oh no, he doesn't. Wait a minute. I'm getting people mixed up.
That was Mr. Feed that went down there.
It was Mr. Feed. Anyway, Mr. Feed went down, unfortunately. But leaving Limbo is still alive. He's going to keep that perfect KD as Prey wants to get some more kills under his belt as well. Final Spark is up after being, down for 2 seconds. And the RLC are going to look to finish this out here now as they take down the enemy Nexus. GG.
That is all she wrote. Actually, a far cleaner game from the RLC. Point is, they should definitely draft the Urgot jungle sooner rather than later next time.
Yeah, I mean, why pick meta? Am I right?
Exactly. I think there's just there was really good answers from both sides, and the fact of the matter is that the Gnar was ahead in the top lane. And despite the fact you're running TP, I don't think 9 inches 3 damage managed to get any real meaningful movement from his TP or any advantage in the bot lane, because of the fact that this 5-man party in bot lane, they simply didn't win it. And also the Lux can rotate quick enough and still join the fight with her long range abilities, right? A little bit of execution from the side of the Remy, but they still had a really, really good fight. It was nowhere near as close to the first game, but a really good swing from the side of the Remy. But the series going over to the RLC, rightly so. Good lads all.
Yeah, couldn't have bet that about myself. Series MVP?
Oh, goodness me. I mean, if I wanted to be boring, then I could just say, leaving Limbo for the second game because he just somehow stomped on this jungle Urgot because he managed to get the chances off. And in the first game, we, account number 19, really try hard with those engages and be in the right place at the right time with fantastic vision control. But to pick the diamond players is a bit of is definitely troll. So MVP for me has got to be the little engine that could in the top lane. Now I've got to give it to Noble Oak, who kind of just took a pounding the entire both games, didn't tilt. He was still looking for opportunities with his team, and trying his hardest. So I'm going to give it to Noble Oak.
Yeah, I'd agree as well. Yeah, as you said as well, we could just give it to Limbo and be like, yeah, you Diamond, you smurfed on Crab God, but you know what? Yeah, same thing. Noble Oak, he had his lo-fi hip-hop in the background, he was nice and chill, he's just chilling out against Prey, having a lovely little time. And yeah, I mean, for starting the game not too long ago as well, he didn't do, he didn't seem like that. Yes, he did, unfortunately, have a sort of a bad time, but it wasn't as bad as, someone who's, started that time, it would have been. But anyway, that's it. That's the RLC. That they went 2-0 this series. Putting Narimi in their place after winning in their first game against the Engineers. So that's very unfortunate for them. But the RLC have made a stake to claim. We're here as well. We want to fight. So it'll be interesting to see what they lead up to in the future. But I mean, we'll look towards the future now. I mean, tomorrow we've got. On stream at least, we've got the Infantry versus the Royal Engineers in CSGO. But the next League of Legends game, which is on Thursday, is the Gunners versus the Armored Corps. And that's going to be a good one as well. We'll see the Gunners again after losing to the AGC 2-1. And we'll see the ROC for the first time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The ROC have got a decent team. And it'd be nice to I haven't seen them play in a fireman before, but it'd be nice to see them on a on a stage game.
Yeah, certainly. I can't really speak for the ROC team because I've not seen anything from them so far. But the Gunners have got to come into this hungry, right? That was a real disappointing loss for them, going up against you guys with the AGC, getting reverse swept in the best of 3, and certainly that's the sort of thing that when it happens to a team, you're obviously very disappointed to start with, but you go away, you reframe your opinions, you have a look at the games, you discuss what went wrong, and it's in moments like that when your team can really advance. And although as individual players you might not be learning huge amounts, but as a team, that's where it's really, really important to get the synergy in there and get the understanding of where it all went wrong, so you can start to fix those mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. So unless there's anything else we need to say, I mean that's it from me, from Eddie. Yeah, yeah. On behalf of Paul, you get to say a few words, of course, definitely.
100%. Always good fun, and big up the RLC. Good win. Easy.
Easy. There we go. Yeah, so on behalf of myself, Paul, and the production team, thank you very much for coming tonight. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for CSGO, and we'll see you Thursday for another set of games from League of Legends. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and have a lovely night.
Thanks, guys.